Hey guys, guess what time it is? It's time for us to start the VOD. It's time for us to talk and to listen and to learn, and most importantly, to throw Dr. Peppers and support our guest. So that's what we're going to do. So let's get into that. Oh, goodness me. I had a Caesar salad before coming on stream today. That Caesar salad is wanting to fight me. I have a Diet Pepsi right here next to me, and I'm going to get a nice tall Dr. Pepper right after stream today. Be nice and Gucci. Plus, I also have a bottle of water, too, to keep myself hydrated. Well, that was quick. Well, thank you for that. So, we'll cut right to the chase, shall we? Today, I've eaten 2 slices of pizza. Oh, heck yeah. Now, that sounds good. What kind of pizza were they? Was it pepperoni? Was it cheese? Was it Hawaiian? I myself am partial to Alfredo sauce and mushrooms and bell peppers. That's for Soulja Boy. I'm glad. But yeah, let's talk a little bit about our episode of the VOD last night, and then we'll talk a little bit about upcoming stuff. And that is this. Our yesterday was a like cheap gas station pizza with 3 meats, if you want to call them meats. But our guest yesterday was a lot of fun, and we had a lot of fun talking with Faye Fumon. She offered a lot of fun insight into, you know, her interests, her hobbies. Someone being from Portugal and, you know, currently living in the U.S. and experiencing and doing all of that, and it was very informative yesterday. I think today will be no exception. Now some kind of things to talk about real quick. If the Phantom Fame is still currently doing his second round of, or is I think he finished his first 24 hours recently, like a couple minutes ago or something like that. I don't know. But if you are not going in, like if you're not watching them and, you know, giving them some love and support, I highly recommend. Yo, is that Rocco? Is my dog? What's going on, Rocco? And off. Oh my gosh, these wonderful people have come to my stream. Yeah. So yeah, the Phantom and Crow, our friendly neighborhood Crow. Heck yeah. I'm excited to have you on the show next season, Crow. It's gonna be fun. And then Finch, who's been here. I love seeing people show up. It's always fun. So yeah, the Phantom Fame is still doing his stream, which I'll actually be a part of at about 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time tonight. I don't think I'll be streaming. I'll just be a part of it. But I highly encourage you guys to join us then as well, but also kind of tune into him now, because I have a tab open on my computer where I'm watching. I just have him in the background, also because I'm one of his mods and he's one of my mods. So yeah. But guys, we have our last 2 episodes of the VOD next week. Can you believe it? That means having 50 guests, to quote Sam Reich. And me, I've been here the whole time. I see. And that's a point for Finch. See, I get it. I understand the references. But yeah, guys, isn't that nuts? Next week, we will have done 50 episodes of this show. Like, that is nuts to think about, because a lot of people try and do something like this and they end up not finishing it because, I don't know, like they just get distracted, or they get tired, or they just realize it's not as fun as when they started or something along those lines. And to me, that's just so fascinating. It's so cool at the prospect of finishing this show out. And it's not going to be the end either. It's just the beginning. Like, season 2, I have so many things planned, and I'm hoping that I can get so many new and so many cool guests. Like, already you guys can see who I'm talking to in chat, who they're already plotting and planning and wanting to be a part of it. I already have people who are signing up and joining the server who are applying, which is nuts. Because when I first started this, I didn't think that I didn't think I'd ever have somebody like actually ask to be on. And like, contrary to what people may think, people don't clamor to do this. Like, my goal, my dream with this show is to get to a point where people want to be on it. And like, I don't have to go search people out. They can just ask and I can say, "Yes, you definitely can be on the show." That's what I'd love. And it hasn't happened as much yet, but I hope it can. And that just takes hard work and that takes patience. So I encourage you guys to join us next week as well, in addition to today, because you're already here. But I encourage you guys to join us this next Friday as we have Kenny, the VTuber, a VTuber who posts a lot of content on YouTube, and not to mention does a lot of does video editing for the VTuber agency Idle Corp. So I hope you can join us then, as we'd love to see you there. And then Sunday or Saturday, as our last show, we will be having a very special guest. Her name is Sawa Grape, and like, I'm super excited because it's gonna be a show that nobody will expect. Like, I assure you, nobody is prepared for that at all. And if you are prepared, be unprepared. Like, I don't care. Be unprepared. That's all I can say. Um Thank you, Oth. So yeah, today's guest is one who I have had the pleasure of talking with, interacting with, and seeing in the form of one, I watch their content, I tune into their streams whenever I can, but two, they were also a part of my Yu-Gi-Oh tournament. And let me tell you, they were so good with their deck that he was one of the individuals that was one of the winners. And I say that because, oh my jeez! Thank you for the follow, Zachy. I appreciate that. Welcome in. Have a Dr. Pepper, throw a Dr. Pepper. You won't be disappointed, I swear. But he competed in my Yu-Gi-Oh tournament and was one of the winners. And the story about that, and we'll actually talk a little bit about that today because I want to hear more about his thoughts and experience about that. He was one of the winners because we had to tie because everybody was just so tired by the end of it. We're just like, we want this to end. So super cool, and if you're not following him, I highly encourage you guys to go do that, as makes really good stuff. Not to mention very warm and very friendly. So without further ado, guys, where is it? Today, I destroy everyone, Pog. Today we'll be welcoming the most unlucky Yu-Gi-Oh player in the world. He's just a little guy that enjoys playing gimmick decks on Yu-Gi-Oh! Online. And Femboy Fridays on For Honor, the child of the stars that will change the world. Or so he says. Let's give a proper ban list to this MF Machingero. Ooh woo. So I want you to know that I've talked about this. I ask my guests to write as like a point of exercise, like a writing exercise, to write their own intro so that they can kind of see how they view themselves and how they want to, be read out and all that. He included at the very end. He included that I had to say ooh woo. Okay. So
I mean, you gotta do it. It's ooh, you gotta do it too. Come on, come on.
yeah, I did. So
yeah, I know. I know you did. I know you did.
Yeah, I don't mind doing it. So Ghetto, how are you doing?
I am doing really weird today. I wake up early. I don't do that, so I might be sleepy, but it's fine.
Yeah, well,
It's fine.
we are glad to have you here. And this isn't your first time on the channel. I mean, like I said, you competed in our Yu-Gi-Oh tournament, and that was that was a mess. That was nuts. Because that was also my first time actually taking part in a Yu-Gi-Oh tournament. I wasn't playing, but I was commentating it, and like the amount of plays and comebacks we saw in that were just incredible. Just, oh, pardon me, to say the least.
It was kind of weird, not gonna lie, but it was really interesting. In
Yeah.
fact, I feel kind of weird that you didn't do another tournament.
We're going to. We're gonna be doing another
Oh, you
tournament.
gonna? Oh, you better be, because I need another one.
Yes, we're so. In lieu of the VOD, I'm hoping like during that break, I'm hoping to do, uh, 2 or 3 tournaments in that time. So I want to get my artist cup back up and running. I want to do that. Uh, and then I want to have like a VTuber fashion show thing, and then I want to do one more Yu-Gi-Oh tournament before we come back to the VOD.
Ooh, that's
So
amazing, to be honest.
if you have fashion and you want to show off your fashion sense, please be a part of it. We'd love to see you strut your stuff down the catwalk or down the runway. Excuse me. The catwalk is above the stage. So, but how are you doing personally? How are you doing inside, knowing that you have to share the victory with another person in that tournament?
I mean, the reason why I kind of shared the win is not because okay, I did what I was tired. Yeah, I was about to about to sleep because it was so much. Like all the challenge, all the guys that were there, everyone has amazing decks, and I was playing Blue Eyes, dude. Blue Eyes, like,
Yeah.
come on. I mean, I don't know if you guys know about Yu-Gi-Oh, but Blue Eyes is kind of garbage. So honestly, I believe it's a miracle that I kind of win the tournament. I say kind of because the reason why we shared the win is because that guy, the second winner that I forgot who he was, but he was also afraid of fighting me, and I was also afraid. I was like, I don't want to fight you, dude. If I fight you, am I gonna die? Am I gonna lose?
He straight up said, "I don't want to fight you, Brock. I wouldn't want to fight me either."
Yeah. I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to do it. So that was really bottom of my part. I'm not gonna lie. That was really beta move. But yeah. You know, it's better than nothing. It's better than second place.
I will say you did put up a very good fight, and you did uh, go go pretty hard in the paint with it. I mean, you can never go wrong with a Blue Eyes deck. That's all I can say.
I mean, yeah, just the fabulous dude. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, as much as I'd like to keep talking about Yu-Gi-Oh, I need to ask my first and most important question, and that is, Yugioh, who are you, and what is your story?
Well, I am just Machingero. I'm just a little guy. It is kind of weird to see a lot of people asking me questions like that. I just wanted to stream, dude. Like it's been what, like 10 years, I believe, since I know about content creation. I just wanted to do it, but I never did. I was too busy working, studying things. I was in college. I was having two jobs at the same time. Like, or I was just hanging out with my friends. And I was like, yeah, one day I will do it. One day, one day, one day, one day,
One day.
one day. But
So
and it just never happens. Yeah.
And when you actually made the transition and wanted to do content creation, it's just like, oh, I guess I'm finally here. This happened.
Yeah. And it seems so random, mostly because I was supposed to have a big tour, debut and all, and I did pay a lot for that, and I did pay some writers to write lore, but they just scanned me. Like, I don't know why they scanned me 3 times in a row. With the Bitboard model, with my assets, with my lore. It was so weird how people were scanning me at the same time. I was like, all right, okay. So I just like, I have this art that my friend made, so I'm just gonna stream as a PNG, and that's it. Like, I streamed with nothing like 8 months ago. I just cannot believe how stupid I was. But
But clearly there's been some development, there's been some improvements, and
mhm,
we've
mhm.
seen the culmination of that hard work into what we see today. Because there's another outfit. Is that your 9 to 5?
No,
Is that your? Oh, it's just the take. Oh, I see.
there's nothing. No, there's nothing. There's nothing.
I see. So
There's nothing.
what started out as a hoo why not, this would be fun to, now it's a, man, I really enjoy this, I like what I've been able to accomplish with it. Is that true?
Yeah, but it's not only because I do like streaming. It's because I do like the content creation. I love doing stuff like that. I've been watching a lot of people from like even before YouTube. You know, I was the first guy watching the Smosh guys. You know, on the
Uh-huh.
Pokemon thing. You know, I was there. People say that. Oh, I was there when PewDiePie was the little guy. No, you don't understand. I was there before PewDiePie. You
Oh.
don't know nothing about the internet. You don't know nothing about content creation. You know,
what
so it's just so normal to me.
what is it, Bane says? You merely I was born in the darkness, you merely adopted it.
Exactly. Oh my god. Back in the day, my fucking mom still was making these weird sounds.
See,
Yeah.
it sounds pretty similar to when I was first starting out. Pardon me. When I was first starting out, before I became a VTuber, I was like, I will. You can't just throw this fidget spinner in chat.
I can.
That's fair. Chat, enjoy the fidget spinner. But when I first started, it was a joke. I started out and because I'm like, I'll be a VTuber because he who anime boy, that'd be funny to do. And as it's one of those things, the more you do it, you get sucked into, you're like, oh, I think I actually really like this. And then I have to ask, is this something that you are actively trying to grow and maintain and get bigger with an audience, or are you just at a point where, like, I enjoy content creation, I show up and I stream whatever I want, and if people want to watch, that's more than okay, but I don't do it for the people, I just kind of do it for myself, and I like to grow at my own pace. What's your thought? What do you do?
You know, I think it's really funny when people make this for fun. Like they only stream once per month and they just have like shit ton of followers and views. I think that's hilarious. That's the
Mm-hmm.
most amazing thing that ever happened. That's really funny. But one of the reasons why I started streaming like just out of nowhere, like, I want to stream right now. Is because I realized that I've been so busy that I forgot a lot of things. That there's a lot of new things that I didn't know. For example, on Twitch, you can make your own TikToks. People don't know about that. People know that you can make them, but
Yeah.
they don't know that you can post them. They don't know that you can, at the same time, you can post them on Twitch, on YouTube and TikTok with only one button. I
Yeah.
didn't know that. I did know that until yesterday, I believe. No, until a week ago, maybe. And I was like, why do you know this? This is such a good way to make content creation. I didn't know it.
It's a very
Why?
good
Because
way.
I'm stupid.
Oh, I don't
So,
think you're stupid. I just think that's not something they actively tell people.
yeah.
Like,
It's just uh-huh.
well, I was gonna say, because that's exactly what I do. Is when I take my clips, I will essentially use them, and like I'll get the spot I want. It does the formatting for me, and so I'll just throw that into my timeline in like a Premiere or DaVinci. I'll just throw it in there, and then that's when I do all my editing effects. And honestly, it's so much easier to do. And I feel like a lot of people, if they really took advantage of that, like, to be fair, Twitch does a lot of the footwork when it comes to um trying to get out more content in a much more efficient and reasonable manner.
Yeah, things like that make me think that even if I know a lot about content creation, I need to know the new things. I need to just keep going. I need like stop being a little bitch and be like, "Oh, I just need to learn everything else new. If I don't do
Mm-hmm.
so, I just stupid. So when I started streaming, I was trying to learn everything. Video editing. job, things like
Uh-huh.
that, how to actually do B2B studio, because apparently there's a lot of things that you can do over there. There's a new way to capture an OBS, also a second way to do so on Streamlabs, and also you can do another thing that is not Streamlabs OBS, and I just think it's really amazing, you know.
Yeah.
And I will never know that if I was just like this guy, like one day I will, one day I will stream, one day I will do YouTube, but you know. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yes, exactly that.
So then, are there any other plans that you may have in the woodworks that we don't know of to expand your content?
Well, maybe I'm kind of shy to do stuff like this, but I got a lot of content that I don't post on YouTube because I fear the YouTube algorithm.
Really?
That's something that I also didn't understand. I was thinking that as long as you get a video every day, you should be good to go. But that's not true. That's not true. You gotta do it in a certain way. You gotta do it in a certain way, and that certain way, I don't know what it is, because it appears to be random. Like you can just post whatever you want, and people will see you, or people will not. That's so weird. I don't understand why. And apparently,
Mm-hmm.
people say that it's log, but it's not log based. Like you don't have something at the background. So I believe once I crack that, I will perhaps will will make maybe I don't know. I will try to get maybe 2 videos per day, maybe, because I got a lot of shit to do at the background. I mean, it's already done. I just need to get it over there. I just don't want to do it because I don't want to get more videos that get less views, because that's YouTube. You just hate me, maybe you just hate me. I don't know.
Yeah.
But again, that's a skill issue that I didn't realize until I started streaming, because there are problems that you don't know until you actually streamed.
Mm-hmm. It's certainly it is a content grind to say the least.
Mm-hmm.
And it's one of those things where the more you try and expand, you try and get bigger, you have to learn all these new mechanics, and you find that, oh, what people say how to do certain things clearly is not the case. Because like with YouTube, for instance, oh, you just do this X, Y, and Z, just do that. It's like it doesn't work 100% of the time. Because like when I post, it's weird. YouTube is such an interesting landscape to try and find an audience and do things. And it kind of goes back to the discussion that we've had on the show is, where do you want to start your content? Do you want to start on YouTube, or do you want to start on Twitch? Because Twitch is better for starting and fostering a community, while YouTube is better for trying to promote growth to some degree through random chance. And so one's a slot machine while the other is not a slot machine. I don't know how to describe Twitch in that regard, but do you know what I'm saying?
Yes, I totally understand.
Uh, so, and something else that I feel like is relevant to the conversation, I saw a post recently on Twitter, and there was a VTuber who was talking about how they're like, I have X amount of followers. It was like less than 1,000. I think it was the time she had like 600 followers on Twitch, and she said, I have this number of followers, yet I only have 2 average viewers. Is there something wrong with me? Is my content not good enough? Am I just that unlikable? What is it? And I had this discussion last night with some of the people in my server, and we're discussing this, and it boils down to the idea that if you have that size, things again, 600 to 700 people, pardon me, that's a lot of people. And if you're only pulling 2 average viewers, then that might be an underlying issue that's not being addressed. Because it's one thing if you have that following of 2 average viewers and you don't care and just like, I'm just doing it to do it. But it's another thing if you're actively trying to grow and to make it as a content creator, but you find no fault in your own performance. Like, I'm at almost 330 followers, and my average viewer count is 11. And that's great. That's wonderful. Compare that with somebody who has 600 or 900, which is where she's at now. There are things working, there's things not working. And when you sit down and identify those things that you're trying to do to grow and to build things, that's kind of that come to Jesus moment you need to have. What do you think?
I think it's just, I want to say normal, but it is really normal. Like there is things that happens even to big streamers. Like let's
Uh-huh.
say, I don't want to say names, but I see a lot of VTubers, even flesh tubers that they have like
Flesh tubers.
millions of followers, literally. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
they have even 2,000 followers, like 500,000 maybe, and they only have 500 viewers.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the same thing. You know, people don't usually watch things like that. It's not that they don't want to watch it, it's just that there's a lot of watch. You need to understand there's a lot of people streaming at the same time. I'm not saying it is because there's a lot of streamers. No, 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 of course not. But that's just an effect of Twitch. Because
Mm-hmm.
it is the way it's different from YouTube is that people watch everything at the same time, but it counts. It doesn't matter. Here in Twitch, it doesn't count.
Uh-huh.
Like there's a lot of people watching like 20 streamers. Like let's say that you right now have the Phantom fame, right? Because we love that guy. He's the
Yeah, we
best.
love that guy. Go support Phantom Fame right now.
Exactly. Yeah, it's the
Why?
best guy. But
Yeah.
maybe Twitch doesn't count your view because you're doing something over here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's one of his viewers because he's doing something at the background. Maybe he's playing a game. I don't know, but he has to tap over there open, but it's it says it's at the background. He's doing nothing, and Twitch doesn't count that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's really stupid because lurkers should count. Like something really funny that happened to me on one of my first days, first months on streaming. I was collabing with a friend. I
Mm-hmm.
was playing Yu-Gi-Oh as always because I'm cringe, and he told me like, hey, you can see your viewers over here at the background, and if you click this button, you can see who actually are. And I was looking at that stream, and he has like, no kidding you, he has like 8 different people over there. Okay, leaving aside the bots,
Mm-hmm.
6 people maybe, because there's always a bot there. So 6 people, six
Mm-hmm.
different names with actually real identities, no bots. Some of them was streamers, the other one was me maybe, and 6 people. And you want to know what viewers he has? He has like only one viewer,
Mm-hmm.
only by Twitch. And I was like, I actually asked him, I was like, what the fuck? You have like more than like eight guys over there, and maybe 3 of those guys are bots. Well, maybe even 4. I don't know, but you definitely have more than 5. Why Twitch only says one? He was like, oh, I don't know, I don't care. But yeah, it's certainly something that happened in Twitch, and
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, it might be sometimes because someone can be boring, but that's another problem. You need to be like, I forgot to know the thing on English. You gotta try new things. Like yes, don't do the same thing all over the thing. I mean, don't do the same thing every single day. I mean, you wanna do it eventually, but when you're starting, try new things. Try to improve your stream like every day. I know it sounds stupid. I know it sounds like, oh, it's cliche, but it's actually real. Like if you try more things, if you try to watch your own video and be like, what can I do here? How can I make my voice sound less stupid? Like, well, not like that, but you understand what I'm telling you, okay? What
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I understand completely. And the thing is,
Mhm.
for me at least, I don't go back and watch my VODs.
Oh my god.
What is not a good idea?
It's a good idea. Go watch yourself.
Well, the thing is, because for me, I know in the moment, I know what I can do better. I know what I can fix and what I can control. Because at a certain point, I can only do so much that I within my reasonable capabilities. Like for instance, the audio issues that sometimes pop up. Like for instance, from what I fixed, I remedy that by just not running my audio through Discord anymore, and I use it through the browser source through VDO Ninja, and that works better than Twitch or better than Discord. But also, it's one of those things where I'm like, I just put out the content and I do it, and it works for me. I'm not saying it works for everybody. It just works for me. Uh, and so, as I'm doing this stuff and I'm putting this stuff out here, um, occasionally I'll go back and like if I'm editing a video, I'll be like, oh, that's a little funky, that's a little wonky. but more often than not, I just try not to go back and rewatch my VODs.
You gotta do it, dude.
I've done it in the past. Don't worry. It's just I don't do it now these days because I'm just really busy with school.
Yeah, yeah, I understand. Like this
Let
another
me-
example. Like let's say, oh, sorry, you wanna talk? Go ahead.
I was gonna say, let me rephrase it. It's not that I'm busy. It's just that I don't make it a priority. There we go. Because busy is an excuse, but saying it's not a priority would not be an excuse. That's just the truth. It's not a priority for me to rewatch my VODs. Sorry, continue.
No,
Don't
it's
shake your
fine,
head
don't
at me.
Like there is something that people don't understand too. That this examples is not about you having more expensive things. No, it's not about you changing your own voice. No. Like some things can be so easy. Like just change the way you play stuff. Let's say, for example, I don't want to talk about Yu-Gi-Oh, but I gotta do it.
Sure, talk about Yu-Gi-Oh all you want.
Okay, there is a lot of people that stream the game and the Yu-Gi community, like YouTubers, Flash tubers, big guys, and they always do the same. They always play the meta deck. All right, they always do that. They always do the meta deck. So if you're a little guy starting on over here on the community, even if you're a good people, like even if you're a good guy on the community, like everyone loves, you're only gonna get like what 3 guys, maybe 2 guys, because they wanna backseat you on the game. Even if you're a good gamer, people don't care about watching Castira all over the place. You know, like they already watch Castira on every single new streamer, you know, on the big guys. Like, change your way, change your deck, you know. Or if you're gonna play a deck, I mean, play a challenge. I don't know. Or let's say every time I draw a Castira Fender, I don't know, drink vodka or something like that. You know, you gotta be creative. I know it's kind of stupid. For let's say on Dark Souls, people love Dark Souls. I love Dark Souls, by the way. Have you played Dark Souls?
Oh, yes, I played Dark Souls.
Oh my god, yes. Well, let's say people like to play Dark Souls. In fact, some VTubers, and I'm pretty sure everyone thinks that Dark Souls is the best game to stream because people love to backseat. All right, so they will love to say, "Hey, you should use sword. Hey, you should parry that. Hey, don't dodge, parry. Don't be a little bitch." You know, stuff like that. So let's say you can make a redeem, something like, "Hey, backseat me for free," and people will literally spam that redeem. I know I haven't tried that, but I know if I do, so people will spam the redeem like, okay, you gotta do this, okay, you gotta your routine, you know, people will love that. So there's a little things that you can do with your games. You just need to be, I mean, not creative. You just need to think harder.
Yeah, I guess that's one of my favorite things about a lot of what happens with content creation is money can be a barrier to some degree, but there's a lot of things that you can try and do to supplement and kind of improve without having to break the bank. Like for instance, this little shout out that I have here. This shout out, guess what? It's free. It is part of the programming with a website. You know, something like that adds a little bit more to your design. You know, having my throwing things. You know, that having those assets I got online for free. You know, the program itself was $15. I will hydrate. The program itself was $15, but I thought it was a reasonable investment. Because I made a promise. I said, guys, if we can get to affiliate by the end of this month, by the end of September, I will have a Dr. Pepper, like, I'll have a redeem so you guys can throw Dr. Peppers at me. Okay? And I will not, there will not be a cooldown, and I will always have it there. You know, you guys can throw whenever you want. Since then, I've never regretted it, but there have been so much of it. But it's one of those things where now it's a core part of this identity I have created for this channel. Pardon me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, you gotta hear your little peeps, you know.
Yeah.
If they say you gotta stream 8 hours, you stream 8 hours.
And even then, this was another discussion I was having with Phantom. It was how do you want to stream? Is because there are two paths you can go. It's the I'm just going to go live and whenever I feel like it, and we'll see how long I can go, or I'll create a schedule and I'll stick to the schedule. Um, because when I create my schedule, for those that have not seen it, I stream on the same days. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. I stream at the same times. I stream at the same hours. I only do 2 hour streams. I try to only do 2 hour streams because I'm a busy guy. I have a full time job, I have a part time job, and I am a full time student. So, because of that, 2 hours is all I can afford. But I make the most of those 2 hours. I pick games that I feel like are engaging, that I won't get bored of, that the audience won't get bored of. That's why I don't play League of Legends. I don't play Call of Duty. I don't play Valorant. I don't play my biggest thing when I pick a game is I'm like, what's a game that I can feel like my audience is invested in? Because if anybody can play Valorant, but it's one of those things where rarely do people actually sit up and watch and really look at it, or they're really listening to what's going on. But if I play something a little more intimate, like House Flipper, that's a little more intimate where I'm sitting there and I'm doing something, but I'm more using that time to talk with my audience. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course I know. And that's a good way. Good that you actually think like that. That's amazing. Yeah.
Your positive affirmations mean a lot.
Yeah. It's not that I don't like League of Legends or long ass games like I don't know, Persona, but it is the sixth time that you stream Persona 3. Like, come on, finish the game already or something.
That's honestly I'm a little bit in the minority, or I might be in the minority. I don't know. It seems we both are. I am not a big fan of streaming long let's plays. And the reason being is because my goal when I try and stream is to have any random person jump in and they can just power through and they don't feel like they need any previous context. And that's from a marketing standpoint. Is we're playing Danganronpa every Tuesday night with my buddy, with my mod and artist. And the thing is, I love playing with him. He's never played it. It's just I love playing it with him. However, I don't blame anybody if they don't want to be a part of that stream because one, they don't like the game, two, they're playing the game and they don't want to be spoiled, or three, it's just this stream again. So, that's my biggest thing is I try and pick games and I try and do things that I don't feel like somebody has to have prior context in order to be a part of. Because I don't know, I feel like it can be a little alienating sometimes. Because it's like, unless you know the game and you've played it before, it can be hard to sit through that when that's a game you either want to play or you just really dislike. So,
yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. So
there's a reason why people love. I'm sorry.
You go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Okay, I will. Okay. There's a reason why people love playing Fortnite. It's so easy. I do hate Fortnite, to be honest, but when I play the game is funny. The game is easy. You don't need to think. You only shoot in the head and say it's so easy. The game kind of has like auto aim, maybe. I don't know. It's just so easy to play. So people enjoy watching someone else because it's just so easy. They also love the skin. It is shiny. It is cute. And they probably don't play the game for like what, more than 3 hours. So it's good to go. Now, I'm not saying that you should not stream it 2 hours of your favorite game. You can do it. You can totally do it. The thing is, it's harder. All right? And you gotta understand that it's harder. If you want to play Persona 3 all day, 6 days a week, go ahead. But it's harder, dude. And you're gonna find it hard. People will say hi to you, and maybe they will speak to you, and maybe they will say hi to you on tonight and at the end of the stream. Maybe. But you need to spec less viewer interaction. And it's fine, we love lurkers. Lurkers are good. But people think like, oh, I have a lot of lurkers. I don't like lurkers. But it's fine. Like your content is not for having a lot of people talking, because I'm pretty sure, and I see that happen a lot when they are doing something like that, and then suddenly a lot of people is somewhere in the chat, or they have a raid, or well, they start to stream, but instead of doing a Chinese stream, they're playing, Persona 3, like Riot style, or I mean, Riot at the first time of the stream, So they're
Mhm.
just doing, I don't know, a boss raid or something like that, or whatever they do. So you need to be focused on the game. So they see a lot of people talking, and they're like, oh, wait, I don't know how to read. No, wait, I'm reading the chat. No, wait, give me some time. So yeah, because they're not used to that. Okay, and again, it's not a problem. It's not a
Mhm.
bad thing. You gotta understand it's gonna be hard, and eventually you're gonna make some mistakes, maybe in the game, or saying something wrong, or saying something stupid. But it's fine. It's fine. It's
Yeah.
fine.
Oh
You
yeah.
just gotta get good.
Yeah. When I look at the games I play, anytime I choose to stream a game, and I like to make a performance out of it. I like to be as big or bit entertaining as I can. Now, not like over the top and just exaggerated, but it's one of those things like if I'm playing Lethal Company, everybody's playing Lethal Company. Everybody's playing Content Warning. Everybody's playing Helldivers. Everybody is playing some other popular game. It's how do you be engaging and how do you make it fun? And so that of course that's just content creation in general. It's how do you set yourself apart. Um, so at least for me, I find that works for me. Where it's like I try and make these mundane games or these not so high octane things. I try and make it as relatable and fun and engaging as I can. It's like when you play Lethal Company and you play or something like that. You play with some friends and you break away and suddenly you're all alone. Now what do? Do you constantly fill the space and you continue talking? Do you talk to your chat or you just kind of sit there? And that's what you kind of have to figure out what you want to do. So,
That's actually nice. I see a lot of people when that happens, they just go silent, dude. They do nothing. And like, oh my dear, gotta do something. I don't know. Scream, die. Some people even told me that when something like that happened, they'd rather die on the game, on the game, on the game, on the game.
yeah.
So something interesting will happen because they cannot stand doing nothing, because they walk between, I don't know, that the first entrance to the ship is so boring for them, so they just go crazy. They just go
Yeah.
to the giant or scream something. I don't know. It's just funny, yeah, but okay, you can do something else. You can sing. I don't know. You can say something funny too. But it's not so bad. I like it.
Yeah.
I would say. I also would say. I might need to play more of the company. I
The
haven't
company's a
played that
fun
game like.
it's a fun game.
Yeah,
It's a fun
yeah,
game.
it's a fun game. Mm-hmm.
So, speaking on playing with people and doing collabs. Something we kind of discussed a little bit earlier is how you
Mm-hmm.
don't really collab with people all that much.
Wait, for real? That's what you think?
What was that?
That's what you think, for real?
Well, you just did you not tell me yourself that you don't collab with a lot of people in general. You do those occasionally, but it's not something you do like as much as like most
Well,
people do.
I mean, I did say that, but I don't know. I was expecting that people over here on my schedule could see that I do play with people.
Mm-hmm.
But if you think so, well, hmm, maybe I need to play more collabs. But yeah, the reason why I say that is because, okay, I don't like the collabs. That's the reality. I don't like them, and I think they are not a good thing for your content creation. All right, but here's the big but. Okay, collabs are good for and only for making content. For streaming, in fact, on my schedule today, besides having you or here, well, besides you having me here, I'm sorry. And I'm gonna play some party games. I'm gonna play Pico Par and what's the other thing? The animal game and I think Uno. I don't know, but I
Mm-hmm.
will not stream that. And it's gonna be on the night, mostly for two reasons. One, it is 8 people, so it's gonna be 9 people playing one like 4 games. So
Oof.
that's a lot of chaos. Second, um, I just think that those things, just not stream those things. Maybe one guy can stream, maybe the host can stream, and maybe I don't know, your friend could stream that. Let's say, your friend that's over there in the collab can do that. But the other 6 people, I don't think they should do that. I don't know. I don't wanna. I think it's really bad. Have you guys ever seen the whole like or Sanji, something like that? Have you ever seen the same stream 6 times in a row? That's what they do. I
Ooh.
love Hololive and I love big corpus. Okay, don't get me wrong. I love corpus. But have you ever watched a Smash collab? Have you ever watched Kobo and Kali and Fuamoko playing at the same time? Have you ever watched that? It's
Uh,
literally chaos. You can understand. Literally.
I
If
guess
you're a new guy, that's not engaging.
I guess
That's just weird.
I guess I never thought about that. Of it's more you kind of just pick like the largest one of the group and just watch them because it's just easier.
Yeah. In fact,
Um,
people do that.
well, because it reminds me of Markiplier is a very good example of that, where
Mm-hmm.
when Markiplier likes to play a lot with his friends Bob and Wade, sometimes Jacksepticeye. The thing is that I don't think I've ever watched any of those videos on any one of their channels besides Mark's. Um, and like, and not so to say I don't support them. It's just that I don't know. Having all of those open at once, that would be chaos.
It is chaos.
Because like
Like,
at
yeah, go
least
ahead, go ahead.
at least when I do my collabs with my buddies on Wednesday nights and on Tuesday nights, I'll open up their I'll open up their streams and I'll just mute the streams. That way I'm in their channel and I'm lurking. But to watch all of the same content on 4 different tabs, that's like a Zoom meeting with just a bunch of noise.
Mm-hmm. It is crazy. Some people say that they like to do so, but I think they're lying. You know, there's no way you can do it. Like, even just watching one, it is
Mhm.
chaos enough. You know, mostly because let's say someone just cannot stop talking.
Uh-huh.
That's happened. That happen around. People don't. People just they just don't stop talking. Someone can just be talking in the background. They don't care. They just wanna talk. Hey, I'm doing something over here. Hey, watch me, I'm doing something. They're like that, even in big corpus, which is it's really funny to see that. Yes, but it's chaos. Okay, that's
Mhm.
not. I don't want to say that it's not good, but if you like that, go ahead. But I don't like that, and I hate that. And honestly, people actually hate that, but they don't want to say that. But they only wanna mute every other stream except for the Oshi, and I know that, which is the same thing.
Yeah. At a certain point you have to realize that certain things are just really hard to um keep track of everything and get together. Um and you can only there's only so much you can contain and only so much you can do.
Mm-hmm.
um but going back to the collab situation, you know, how do you feel about the idea that collabs are a necessary thing to grow, to get more momentum?
They are right. You need collabs, but you need to understand they are not for streaming. Collabs are amazing for networking. I don't know if the new guys are aware of networking. It's not some no, it's not something that you do on in real life. Like, I know you gotta go to parties and talk with your college and maybe the boss and maybe the friend boss because he has another company too, and you gotta make sure people know you that you work on certain place and you're actually good. You gotta do the same on streaming. It's the same thing, but it's just more funny because you are with actually friends or people that is funny, people that are talking about spam or something like that. But you gotta do that, and collabs is the most easy way to do so. I mean, you can just go ahead and do it on Twitter and spam to Twitter and just call them networking. But it's good to just play with new people and that they see that you're funny. So that way, maybe in the next time they will say, "Oh, do you guys know that guy? He's kind of funny. Go watch him." It is really stupid to say that aloud. And also, I know it's kind of stupid to say to me that I don't like collabs while I'm here with Valentine. But it's just not working, dude. Like, he gets something out of me, and I get something out of him. That's how it works. I know it sounds kind of cold like this, saying like, "Oh, so you just want attention, you just want the clothes." No, the reason I'm here is because I do like that guy. I like Valentine. He's a good guy. I know you're a good guy. I love you, dude.
Thanks.
but as a new guy, as a new streamer, dude, and you don't want to do collabs only because, oh yeah, he's a good guy, yeah, I would like to play with him, but you don't know him. You know what happens if you play with that guy and then that guy turns out to be a bad guy, turns out to be a toxic gamer, and then he just, I don't know, insults you all over the collab, and you don't. well, you do nothing because you're shy and then you just quiet over there, say nothing, but he scream at you for being bad at Valorant, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But these things matters because eventually they will know you and other people will know you and other people could be like, hey, I like that guy, but I'm shy to ask the other guy, so I'm gonna ask this guy in this collab, so they will invite you to collabs, and so on, so on, so on. It's more complicated, but just to say like shortly, do the collabs for now. I wouldn't say cloud, but that's how it works. Do it for cloud, you know. I know. You gotta be friends with your friends. Yeah, but you gotta see your friends as co-workers too. All right, just that's how it works. You're on stream it. Mm? Be professional.
Yeah. When I do this show, I always make sure that because in the very beginning, I was of the mindset of asking people to be on here. I'm like, you know, I don't make money off of this. I want to try and compensate you as much as I can. And now it's shifted more towards an attitude of, well, I'm asking you to be on my show. I would at this point I'm like, why would I pay you to be on this? You know, and I just want to talk to you, just want to have you on. You have no obligation to do it. And then there's some people who I have interacted with where we like a lot of people have been a part of the show, and I have continued to interact and be a part of with people throughout this. And there's a large majority who they come on, no interaction after, don't do anything, and that's okay. Like I don't do this to get things out of people. I don't do it to get the attention or whoever I want out of it. Yeah, I'd like to experience growth, but that's not the main reason why I do it. And I think if people say for the sake of collabs, I'm like, if you say I'm doing this out of the bottom of my heart, I want to collab with you because I just like you and it's out of the bottom of my heart, uh, that could potentially be a lie. Um, because ultimately people do want to get something out of a collab, you know. And there's some people who want to grow, or some people want to make friends. Like it kind of reminds me of the. Did you ever see that picture of circulating around Twitter that was like, um, when you collab with one person, right after you collab with one person, it's like, did you really expect us to be friends after collabing one time? And they're just like, yeah, kind of.
I did not see that picture, but that sounds kind of oof, spicy.
It's interesting. It was, and it's kind of one of those things that I do agree with. It's like we collabed one time and then never did anything afterwards. It kind of be interesting and kind of be weird, in my opinion, to to call you a friend, because I feel like I have no problem collabing more in the future and doing that, but it takes time. Like the people who I stream with on Wednesday nights, I consider them friends because I've collabed with them so much and we played so many things. We've talked about a lot of things together and done that stuff. But going into a collab just to get friends, I feel like is a very hard thing to do.
Mostly if something that you guys probably don't know. Well, maybe you guys know. All right. But some streamers they actually already are friends with those guys the first time.
Uh huh.
So when you see them like normally, it's not that they making an ad. You know, it's not making themselves entertaining. You know that that's just a group friend. You know, that's how they works. That's how they roll. So if you see the same group of people collabing all over the place, maybe having different guys on another one, they are friends yet, but they're just trying to play games. You know. So some
Mm-hmm.
collabs are like that. That's totally fine again. But but here's the big but. I mean, they are co-workers, as you say. You know, like you can call them a friend, but you can totally feel free to not call them friends if you only call it once. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's not bad. It's also not. I will not say that it's a good thing, but it's just normal. You know, like it's just we are co-workers. You know, it's just about being professional. You're just gonna be like, oh, I like to play this guy, and that's it. Or oh, I don't like this guy. You're not gonna say that aloud. you
Yeah.
that's a professional. You know, you don't do that. I mean, you want to do that on high school, yeah, because you're a little guy, because you're a kid, but you're not a kid right now. You know, you're a grown-ass man or a kid. I don't know. Or maybe you are, or maybe you don't. But people like to watch that. That's one reason why I do like networking, because they can see. who are you? If they see on a collab that you're just a little guy that insults people and maybe I don't know, it's not fun at all, or make just weird jokes, or it's just annoying, people will know. Well, maybe they will watch you because controversy, but they might see like, oh well, it's not my kind of guy, and they're just gonna pass. And if you do more collabs, or maybe people will stop making collabs with you because they're like, oh, I just posted that day, because you're just a kid, saying stuff like, oh, I don't like that guy. Oh, I don't. I think you're stupid, But
What
this
are
is an
your
example, right?
Yeah, what are your thoughts and feelings about people who just debut and instantly try to collab, or like every other stream is a collab and they have no like solo streams? These are for people who just debut.
Oh my god. Oh my dear god.
You okay?
No, I hate that. I hate that a lot. Like, you don't have an idea. There is
So explain it.
something that
Let us know why.
there is a reason why people leave corpus, and one of the reasons is that because they don't have a personality.
Oh, I see.
They feel like they literally feel like the imposter syndrome. You know why? Because they only stream with well, they call them as friends, but as everybody knows on big corpus, we cannot say that out loud. We cannot say that they are friends. So
They're
imagine
colleagues. They're peers.
they're college. Like, you just imagine play with the same people and then you play by your own. And how do you feel? What are you gonna do? You're playing with a lot of things. You're playing with a lot of people, and now that you need to do something, you cannot talk. You cannot say nothing. Maybe you can, but you're saying things that your friends already told. Things that you hear by I don't know your best friend or something like that, or your best college maybe, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So eventually you will fade in, and inside of you you will not have something in you that makes you special. Now that sounds kind of bad,
It sounds
but
negative.
yeah, I know it sounds like something that I should not say, but that's the reality. If you eventually stream every single day with a lot of people and you don't stream by your own, you lose yourself. That's what happens,
Mm-hmm.
because that's who it works. That works in real life too. If you only are with friends and then when you are by yourself, like I don't know, trying to get, let's say, a gear or a man, because you wanna have a couple. Well, what do? You're actually funny, or you are just funny with friends? Are you gonna say something interesting, or are you just gonna say something that a friend told you?
Oh,
Or
did you just pull a Suguru Gato and essentially say, are you a popular VTuber because you play with friends, or are your friends
no,
what crap? How would that
no.
be phrased? Are you a
Yeah.
how would I phrase that? Because that's exactly how that sounds. It's like, are you a popular VTuber because you collab so much, or do you collab so much because you're a popular VTuber?
Exactly. Okay, now it sounds even bad, but like, it's the
Yeah,
reality.
it's
It's just the reality. Like, I don't think you're boring, okay, but eventually you will feel like that, okay. That will happen, and it's cliche, yes, but
uh-huh.
come on, come on.
Yeah. Uh something I talked about I've talked about, so whenever I stream in games like Lethal Company or Content Warning, where there are moments where I'm playing with friends and then the next moment I'm all alone by myself. Um I'm comfortable talking alone, talking to myself and making idle conversation with my chat or doing something like that. And one of the things I talked about was how it's wonderful if you choose to do collabs. But if you make that a primary focus and you only do collabs, I think at a certain point, it kind of falls into what you were talking about, where suddenly your personality starts to kind of go away, and now you're dependent on having people to feed off of. Now, it's not with every person, of course, but um, if you don't take time to cultivate your own performance by yourself, then ultimately you're not able to deliver when the time calls for it. Because in my experience of professional theater, I have a lot of scenes I've done in like most plays, you're with people. However, the moment you're on stage and you need to give a monologue where it's just you, that is truly what will show you whether or not you are prepared to perform in front of people. And I know some people might disagree. Well, it's like, well, I just perform better in front of people. It's so then it's that's the Spider-Man Homecoming of. But I'm nothing without my group of people. Well, if you're nothing with your group of
Eh.
people, then you do. I'm messing up the quote.
No, I get it.
Yeah.
But don't know if if these guys get it.
Crowd. So it's like I'm nothing without my group of people. Well, if you're nothing without the collabing, then you shouldn't be collabing.
He said it. Now consider on Twitter.
So, like, I hope this makes sense for both you and chat because, depending, like, if you're dependent on interaction with people, that will spell your doom if you can't hold it in the moments you're by yourself. In my opinion, at least. So I completely see where you're coming from.
Yeah. There's a reason why there's a lot of people that they have like what 100K 50K subs on YouTube, and then we got the big guy with 100 billions of subs on YouTube, and they play together every day.
Yeah.
There is a reason why it happens. We have a lot of fucking of examples, even back in the day with Smosh, like even way before that, well, no, not way before that, but let's say when the big Smosh group was over there.
Mm-hmm.
What happened with those guys? Nobody knows them. Nobody knows them. I know Ian, I know Anthony, but his friends, I don't know what they are. I don't know if they do content. I don't even know. I don't care. I want to watch Smosh.
So then I'll have to ask, do you think the culture of trying to grow as quickly as possible without cultivating community creates this disparity of solo interaction versus collabing? Because, and let me expand on that a little bit before you answer so you have an idea of what I'm talking about. So earlier when I brought up the person who complained about only having 600 followers on Twitch, how they have so little. Another example that I would give is from Twitter. Let me see it. Like, I'm not gonna call them out by name, as I just don't want to do that.
Be professional, guys. Professional.
Yes, and they're wonderful. I think they're okay. I think they're good. It's where are they? I saw it. I literally just saw it because I merely just want to know the like the amount of people they have on their account. Like, so if I look at that, there's that. So on Twitter, they have almost 50,000 followers. On Twitch, they have about 6,000 followers. However, they don't average a whole lot of viewers. 25, maybe 30. And so they're making it work, they're doing it, but at the same time, when you have such a size like that, but you pull that short of numbers, it comes from a culture of, the follow for follow method. Which I disagree with a lot. Because you pull those numbers in, and it's just you're just following each other, you're supporting each other, you're getting bigger numbers, but you're not holding any audience members. There's no retention. So, building this context back up, I'll go back to that question before. Do you think that this culture of growing numbers before cultivating a community contributes to the overall idea that we need you need collabs to be successful, and you don't have to do solo content?
Honestly, I don't know why people feel like, oh, he has a lot of followers. He's a big guy. That's not how it works. You know, if you see a low number at the background, it's just a little guy. If you see, I don't know, 300 guys over here on the views, okay, that's big. You know,
Mm-hmm.
well, that's not big. You can see more. You know, you can see thousands to thousands. You know, but you understand what I'm saying. You know,
Mm-hmm.
you don't want people not talking on your chat. You want people talking. Oh well, if they're not talking, you want them to do something. You know, if they're gonna lurk, you know, maybe they're gonna make the I lurk with him or something like that. You know, but if you're gonna see something like that, I don't know what people just think that. Oh, he's a big guy. He has like 10,000 followers. So
Mm-hmm.
he's big. He's big, but they're not big. You know, like, and it's not a bad thing. You know, there's a lot of special cases that you guys don't understand. People stop streaming. People have things. People just cannot stream more than once per week. Maybe that's the reason why they don't have that. And also, you know, by you say the follow for follow, that is just really so toxic. I mean, it's not toxic, but you know, why would you care for that? Why you want people that follow you but they don't care about you? You know, like it just doesn't work.
I
You
think
know,
the
even back in the
word
day.
I think the word
Uh,
that would be more appropriate to use is it's not inappropriate. It was a different word I was thinking of. But it's the follow for follow method is redundant,
mm-hmm.
where you get the number, you have the follow, you get the number, but you don't get the support. You know, sometimes you do, but more often than not, you do these mass followings, like the VTuber follow spree.
Yeah.
Eh, it just you're raising your numbers, but you're ultimately not getting to see those, you're not cultivating those relationships, like, and that's why I stopped. Like, I'll admit I did it when I first started out because I'm like, I just want those followers, I want to grow. And now I'm at a point I'm like, if I have to rely on a follow for follow in order to grow, then I'm not cultivating my community and I'm not in a place where I feel comfortable trying to expand my craft. Because if I want followers to come from my streams, not from social media. Because people who follow from social media, they often don't see what I do and they don't come back. But for instance, we see the people who are here, whether they are my previous guests, like Rinkia and Snowy Tequila, you know, or they're people who've been here for quite a while, like Oth. Oth here has been following me since September 26th of last year. That is a long time. Do you know when I started streaming? I believe it was September 3rd. That's far.
Yeah,
But
it is.
the fact that like, that's why when I see people like that who have followed me for so long and I see them in my chat, I take a little bit of extra time to say hello to them because I'm like, man, you've been here from the beginning. And I respect that. But that's because clearly it means that I'm doing something right where I'm giving them a reason to come back. Not because I followed them and they followed me. So, I know what I mean? It's an interesting experience to say the least. So, this is the last question I'll ask on this topic. And then we'll take a little bit of a break by presenting the food chart. And then we'll get everybody pissed off. But that's this question. Do you have any advice for any people who are wanting to do collabs and grow their content without overly relying on collaborations?
Stream harder. It sounds stupid, but just do it. Stream harder. That's the only thing I say to my friends, and it always works. I got a lot of friends that they were just little guys. Even before me starting streaming, I just told them, stop being a little bitch. Stream 8 hours a day, and they do so, and they go up. They just go harder, you know, because they are really funny. And I will say this before: you need to be amazing. Okay, you need to be really funny. You need to be charming, and then after that, stream 8 hours a day, every day. It sounds like, oh my god, you asked for the puzzle. I mean, I know, but that you gotta do it. You gotta do it. I'm sorry, but you gotta do it. There's a lot of people that do so, and it works. You know why it works? Because it totally works. That's the most safe thing to do. Why? Because streaming is based on log, and that log is just someone. Oh, I see you. Okay, I'm gonna be here for a while, and then now you have that bridge. And let's say that happens what once per 20 minutes, once per hour, once per I don't know, 5 minutes. It's random. You don't know that. No, you don't know what. You don't know what that's gonna. You don't know what's gonna. I'm sorry. You don't know when that's gonna happen. But yeah, that's how it is. So if you stream 8 hours, you might gonna get five people like that. And if you get five people like that is interested in your content and you talking, well, then you can just do that every single day, and eventually you will grow up. Maybe you can get only one, maybe you can get nothing. So if you get nothing, you will say, okay, I need to get better. And if you get like five people, you know, okay, I need to see more. And then when you have something little, you can just take a little break. You can stop. You can be like little by little. You know, you can just chill. But yeah, that's how it works. Stream more. I'm
Eh.
sorry if you feel bad, you know, but you gotta do it.
Ah!
Best advice in the world.
The what?
I,
Yeah.
don't die, by the way.
I'll try not to. See, I may disagree in with the
Yeah,
concept
it's
of you
fine.
of
Hmm.
you need to stream
Understandable.
8 hours. I think I do agree with stream a little harder in the sense that improve your content, see what works for you, and put in the effort because your success is proportional to how much effort and how much work you put into it. So, like for instance, I don't do 8 hour streams, but I make up for it by cultivating my community, growing my Discord server, increasing my Twitch or my Twitter presence, and I make content outside of streaming. And so you find if you can't make that 8 hours, you work harder in other areas. So it's not necessarily don't stream 8 hours. If you can't stream 8 hours, make up the difference. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, totally. This advice is only if you want, and in the end, you can take it, you know? Because everyone that I told this advice, because that's one thing I do. They were like, hey, how did I become more bigger? Hey, how did I get more views? I just say, stream harder, 8 hours a day. They say, I can't stream 8 hours a day. Well, I streamed six. Well, four, I don't know. And they eventually find a time, you know? But this is a test. If you stream 8 hours, just think about this. If you stream 8 hours and you manage to get your proper content on 8 hours, 6 hours, let's say, maybe five, and you gain nothing or you get not a single view extra, you know, not a single follower, then you need to change your content or think what you're doing, you know.
Uh-huh.
And then if you get your 8 hours and then you see a lot of things going really well, because in 8 hours you can see that if you had, let's say, I don't know, 200 followers or 500 followers, people that follow you will say, oh, he's been streaming for a long time, I'm gonna come back, you know. Or they're gonna stick around, or even better if you stream like even like let's say at weird times, people will see, oh, I don't know you stream at this time, well, I'm gonna stick around, no, maybe I can see it, because you know you will realize that people has a lot of things to do, so they got different time zones, so you can just get every time zone in that time span of 8 hours, you know. And again, it's not something that you told me, you know, you don't need to do it, because I understand 8 hours is not. It's like asking people like over, hey, make a video every day on YouTube and TikTok and Instagram,
Mm-hmm.
because you know it is really hard to do. So that's another advice. But people, it's like, oh, how I do that? Making one video took me like 2 days. You want me to do that twice on every single platform? It is harder. Yes, I understand. And even I don't even do it that much, you know, because it's harder. I know it is. But it's not about you trying to make it. It's about you taking your challenge and see what can you do in that time span, okay? And
Mm-hmm.
eventually people still stream at that time, or they just stream at 6 hours, 5 hours, or 2 hours, and it's totally fine. Because if they stream 2 hours and those 2 hours like you are amazing, it's because you are such a good speedtuber. That's how it works.
Mm-hmm. Well, I I I can certainly see that. I can certainly see that mindset. So, pardon me. It's one of those things
Yeah,
where
what
you just have to do it. You just have to go out there and do it. You got to get on that horse and you got to eat it. My goodness. Well, I think that's a very good way to end that discussion. We're gonna take a few minutes to kind of refresh our brains and kind of talk about something a little more mundane, and that's this. My flowchart. Shia LaBeouf just do it. Yeah.
exactly.
Thank you,
Mhm,
Guaco,
mhm.
our wonderful celestial dragon.
Food definition flowchart.
So this is my food flowchart that we made. That I like to ask my guests what they think about it. Now the concept is that we can. Yo, is that Faithymon?
Peppy! That's I love her.
It's the Faithymon, the guest we just had, the vampire VTuber, the wonderful. Oh my gosh, pardon me.
The Susie back of Peppermint, you know, she's so sus.
The
I
vampire
love her.
cat girl that was asleep for half a century. Yeah. Hold on. Get shouted out, nerd. There we go. Bro, not the sussy bag. So, this food chart is a food chart that we can take any food that you can tell that, pardon me, we can take any food or any kind of thing and put it into this flowchart and categorize it into 5 categories. Give anything. And so this is more just to see if you can either stump the chart or, your thoughts and feelings about it on how valid it is. So give me a food. Give me any food.
Man, my food is so basic. I only eat sandwiches and cereal. Okay, let me think about something. What about tiramisu?
Tiramisu?
Yeah.
I have to remember what that looks like. Isn't that a...
It is a dessert, but it is kind of like a fancy dessert, so it's kind of expensive, but at the same time, it's just like a sandwich, I believe. Now that I think about it. Yes, look at it.
I see it.
And exactly back.
So this is what I'll ask you these questions, and then you have to, and then we'll kind of go through this, based on this chart. So that's where we'll determine where it is. So, is the tiramisu going to be eaten?
Yes.
Is it state of matter, solid or liquid?
Solid.
Is it a single mass or multiple parts?
I mean, technically it is a lot of parts.
Okay.
But it depends. So,
is the one that you're eating layered or multiple parts?
Yeah, it's multiple layers.
Is it a layered dish?
Oh.
Because from the pictures I'm seeing, it's layered.
It is layered, but I don't want to say that because I told you it's a sandwich.
So it's not that it's a sandwich, it's just in the sandwich category.
Yeah, it's a sandwich category, but it's a sandwich. And sorry, Guaco, but it's a sandwich.
Yeah. I love how gung-ho you are about it. People don't like that. Tiramisu is not a sandwich.
It's like a hot dog or a hamburger. It's a sandwich. Like...
Oh, that's... See, nom nom. Thank you, Faye. I appreciate that. So, I don't think I've ever had tiramisu.
Try it. It's good.
Isn't it expensive? Now I want sweets. Good crow. Get the sweets. I don't... Yeah, what's up?
Yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I've had enough sweets. I don't need any more sweets. And by enough sweets, I had like 2 brownies this morning. It's tasty. Oh, that's good. Not a sandwich, though. That's what you think. That's what you think.
It is a sandwich.
Okay, then what's another food? Guaco, give me another food, then. I have...
Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah, one food, then. If you're the expert, which is gonna be a sandwich.
I have to save the desire, for running to get cookies at 11 p.m. Shaved ice? Okay.
That's just cereal, dude.
All right.
Oh wait, no, technically it is soft.
All right. Shaved ice. We're looking at shaved ice. So is there
Mm-hmm.
a specific um is there a specific way how the shaved ice is prepared? Is it just shaved ice with like syrup on top? Is that all it is?
I think probably.
Okay. So, is shaved ice going to be eaten?
Of course.
Is a state of matter solid or liquid?
Liquid.
Liquid.
It is liquid. Well,
So so
but technically it is solid, but it is kind of like ice cream, So it is liquid, Well,
it's a solid. From what I'm seeing, shaved ice is a solid because it's ice.
I mean,
Liquid does not have to mean water.
okay, let me actually Google shaved ice because maybe I'm thinking about ice cream. That's not the same.
Yeah, ice cream is different. Shaved ice is, think of like a snow cone.
Oh, I
This
see now.
it's a solid. So, depending on how you see it, ice cream is a solid though. Ice cream's a solid depending on if it starts to melt.
Mm-hmm.
But if its state of matter is a solid, then it moves on. So, I bend to what chat says. So if they say something is something else, I'm okay with that. I'm fine with it.
All right, solid.
Yeah, it's
No, I think it's a single mass too.
You think it's a single mass? Then shaved ice is a steak. Is a steak in the steak category.
Steak.
So
I mean, yeah, it's not wrong. Yeah, it makes sense.
But yeah, I just say that. But if shaved ice is made where it is no longer one cohesive ball, then it would be a salad because it's not layered. It's multiple parts. So yeah, it is a fun little chart. It's a fun little experiment. I love seeing chat go nuts over it. Like, it's the funniest thing to me.
Yeah, they just hate that. Hello, Greece.
Greece,
give me a food.
Is that the entire country of Greece?
Yeah.
That joke never gets old for me.
You know,
like
on every channel, I just see they have as Greece 1%, and I'm like, I wonder who's that guy. And it's Greece 105 hours.
Every time.
Yeah.
Yo, so So guys, before we continue with our last section and our last 10 questions, two things. One, Pizza Rat. Pizza Rat's my guy. I love Pizza Rat. That's it. Just Pizza Rat. Grease, don't make me throw you in the pear wiggler. I will throw you in the pear wiggler, and you will not have fun.
I mean, it's kind of fun. I want to be there. It seems like, I will probably give you something on your back. I think that's kind of...
Master Splitter taking food to his sons.
Like a massage chair, something like that.
So the pear wiggler... The pear wiggler is what bad and naughty children get sent to. Hold on. Pear wiggler at Grease.
At Greece.
Sorry, Grease, but bad and naughty children get put in the pear wiggler to atone for their crimes.
No, not the country of Greece.
Not the country of Greece. So basically, this is the pear wiggler is it's a virtual simulation to show the movement to bruise ratio that pears will experience in transit to wherever they need to go. So the more movement they see in a box, the more movement that the pears get in a box, the more bruises they will receive. So yeah, it's kind of on a percentage scale of 0 to 100% bruised on the skin of the pear. So yeah.
Yeah, I can see.
But I just love that. It's just such a Mistress Bunny. Oh, that's right. You also reached out to me and I need to respond to that. I was busy this morning. Guys, this morning I was doing some voiceover work for an indie game studio.
Yeah, he's famous.
I'm
I
famous.
wish I could voice my things for indie games. One day, one day.
It's okay. We'll just have you do the Spanish voices for the next Yu-Gi-Oh installment. Bro,
Yeehaw!
I want to rewatch Yu-Gi-Oh but in Spanish. Like it goes hard.
I don't do it. Don't do it. It's not like well,
Well, from an English perspective. From an English speaker's perspective. Like for instance, the line in the first episode that Yugi says to Kaiba, he tells him to repent. Like it it was nuts. It was nuts to say the least because where is it? Let me see if I can find the thing. Yeah, okay, so he said he essentially tells Kaiba I was right. Arrepiéntate is what he says, is the word he says. And when we heard that, me and my buddies heard that, we lost our minds. Because we're like, you're telling me that Kaiba straight up said, or was told to repent. I'm sorry.
I know.
It's just glorious. What is it?
Uh-huh.
I was gonna say everybody's having a chat, a fun little chat in the chat. That bunny, hi, it's okay, just gotta forgo our period. I big bro, go. I poke you. Doesn't Val doesn't have a poke and hug commands. Oh, maybe I should get. Do I need a poke and a hug command? I don't know what.
It's fine. It's fine. I just bother streamers with that. I bother streamers with games like this. Well, not with commands, and they just be like, I don't have the command. I don't have the command. I don't do it, man. I'm a professional. They just go crazy.
It's a good day when Guaco and Bunny are in chat.
Exactly, Guaco.
It is, well, Guaco is just such a kind person, and I just having him on the show was such a nice. It was a really fun and really peaceful show. Like, trust me, I don't talk about a lot of my past shows. Like I don't talk about the negative things or bad things about past shows, because I just don't like to. There are certain shows where I felt more stress, and I certainly felt more like there was no peace. Guaco's show was very peaceful, and it was very like felt like a big brother kind of energy. I'm just a little guy, aren't we all? You were now on my naughty list, felt. What do you mean? So it's a bad day. We're not. Greece, where are you?
Okay, we're gonna know Greece now.
Greece, you're going back in the Pear Wiggler.
But I can see why you like Spanish Yu-Gi-Oh. You know, because it's junky, but it's not because of Yu-Gi-Oh being Spanish. It's because the Spanish people just love to do stuff like that on the dubs, and I think that's amazing.
We had a straight like minute of Kermit. Yes, we did have a straight moment of Kermit. That's why Guaco, we need a collab. Speaking of collabs, need to go back. Just saying. Anyway, look, all I'm gonna say is they stopped the Funimation dub of Yu-Gi-Oh, which was so good. I'm not saying the original 4Kids is terrible. It's just that when you hear the difference between Kaiba saying, impossible! Are you telling me? It's along those lines. It's just like, it was like, impossible! Exodia, no one's been able to summon him! Versus, are you telling me you summoned a miracle? Or you performed a miracle? It's like, two completely different lines, delivered two different ways. One's just,
no.
And the other's genuine terror. So, I mean, don't get me wrong. When Yugi says Exodia obliterate, yeah, that was a cool line. But I loved when he said Hellfire's rage, Exodo flare. I'm like,
Exodo flare?
I thought it was based. I thought it was cool. So it's Yu-Gi-Oh. So we have a little bit of time left. I think it'd be fun to talk about just a little bit about where you're from and the VTubing experience as a whole for you. considering you live in this place that's outside the U.S. So what is that?
It's the same thing. People don't realize, but it's the same thing. Like, it's just not special, unless for me and over here in Mexico. Same thing.
So you live. So you are from where?
Mexico.
Yeah, cool. Just want to put that out there. So
Yeah.
so
Chinguen su madre, pendejos. Sorry.
You ain't slick. I know what you said. We all know what you
I
said.
didn't say nothing. No.
He's just a little guy.
Exactly.
Now, since you're from Mexico, you know, just south of the United States, you know, just a nice neighbor of the United States there.
Mm-hmm.
What is it like doing content creation primarily for what I imagine for English audiences? Thank you, Finch. Exactly what I needed. I like to see where Yugi plays his expired driver's license against Kaiba. Is that an effing cookie I see? There's 2 cookies on screen. What could Yugi be planning with that face down card? Man, I hope Kaiba doesn't notice this, but that face down card is actually my suspended driver's license, which according to that video, fun fact, states that Yugi is from the state of Kentucky. Let that sit in. Let that sit for a moment.
I didn't know that.
From that parody video, Yugi Moto is from the state of Kentucky.
Oh.
And that is the funniest thing.
Yes. The little Karibu abroad dub. Yes. I forgot about that one.
I think that was Speederoo.
Yeah.
Speederoo that did that.
The little Karibu guy, yeah.
No, little Karibo's different. He did Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridge.
Oh? Ah.
So that one.
I see.
Yeah. I think that one's just called Yugi No or something like that. I will eat your cookie faces. Nina, no, please don't eat our cookie faces. We like our faces. Oh my god. Oh. But yeah, just being from Mexico and just doing that, you know, content creation, what has been your experience streaming what I imagine to primarily an American English audience?
Yeah, at first I was thinking that I was streaming to a bunch of Spanish guys. I don't know why. Maybe because Twitch is kind of like weird and only Spanish people was on my stream. Like I didn't know that. I didn't know that could happen. You know, I speak Spanish for one day and they were like, wait, you speak Spanish? Like, you speak Spanish? And it was like 3 guys, I remember, only there, and it was like, I don't know, maybe 8 months ago, maybe 7 months. And they were like, you speak Spanish? I've been talking English all this time. How dare you? But apparently, my content was for Spanish people for like 2 months, maybe, and I didn't realize. And I was like, you know what? Am I going to do more Spanish? And the moment I did more Spanish, I don't know what just happened. The moment I did more Spanish, people on English start coming. You know, people for England, people for United States. Like, I don't know why. Maybe Twitch just look like this, but that's the only weird thing that happened to me. The fucking content switched so hard that I didn't know what to do. And at the end, I think I kind of do Spanish stuff on YouTube and use English on Twitch. And I say kind of because I've been so busy lately, so I don't do nothing on Spanish. Sometimes I have community games with my Spanish people, but you know, that's only Discord. I don't think that should count, you know, because it's only community thing. So, yeah. But besides that, I think it's totally the same.
Yeah.
Habla español, Bonnie, te quiero mucho, Bonnie. Te amo. Mi amo.
I speak Spanish. I speak Spanish like Prince Royce sings English.
Oh.
Do you understand what? Hold on. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, it's kind of okay, you know, give me an example. Say something.
Well, so I always give the example of what I'm saying about that is I always give the example of muchos no sé bien que lo hablo también. Oh, there you go. See, I always give the example of, because like I said, I'm an English speaker and I speak French, and so sometimes when I speak Spanish, my French accent comes out. So sometimes, like for instance, when I see qui, I want to say que. You know, or I say, también. There you go already, también.
También.
I want to say the bien, say it with a little bit of a French accent to it. So when I say about the Prince Royce thing, like Prince Royce, the Colombian singer from New York, the most common example is he likes to throw English in his songs. And like his version of Stand By Me will always make me laugh no matter what. Because I always point out one specific line where he says miaru no tandre, oh I won't, tasustare, just as long as you stand by me. It's the funniest line to me because I'm pretty sure that's not in the original Stand By Me. Like that translation of his no I won't, I will fear, or something along the lines there. I'm like, where the heck did that come from? I don't think that was the original thing. And so he just says, stand by me, junto a me, right after that. I'm like, where did that come from? Either sing the entire thing in Spanish or sing it in English. We don't need both at the same time. What's going on, Freddie? Heck yeah. Freddie's gonna be on the show for season 2.
Hello, Freddie.
So it's just really funny to me as well. But yeah, my Spanish is iffy. I can understand more Spanish than I can speak it, but even then I'm very iffy on it, so I have to really listen to those verbs to know what's going on. So, but yeah, just in terms of the VTuber scene, like for Spanish speakers, I know that there was a VTuber group or VTuber agency division that was primarily.
Oh, Wactor. Oh, no.
Was that Walkter?
I mean, there's a lot of Spanish things happening at the long time. I'm telling you, it's the same thing. Same drama, same little wars, same little guys, same big VTubers being stupid. It's the same thing. Like you can see, we have our own. I was about to say the same, but no. But yeah, we have the same dramas. It's really hardcore to see. People don't understand me when I say, no, it's the same thing. Spanish or not Spanish, Mexico or Guanajuato or Venezuela. Well, I don't know if it's Venezuela, but it's the same fucking thing. The same Twitter post, the same Twitter toxic thing, just in Spanish, you know? Like, something that is even crazy to me is that about the what tour thingy. Is that some over there, some VTubers, they now are becoming English speakers. Yeah. Because, they think that it's less toxic, but they don't know. It's the same. Even worse. I don't know. Do you understand? I don't want to know. But for me, it's totally the same. Something that I can say about the Spanish and content creation, it is that I think in Spanish it's easy. I don't know if maybe that's just me. But in Spanish, you have a lot of things you can do from your own people, mostly because we have a lot of culture. So you can just be, an anime gear and they just put a sombrero. People will love you. Anyways, you know why? Because American people love Spanish sometimes, okay? Sometimes. So they see this Spanish gear with a sombrero and they just go crazy. They're like, oh, la niña, it's so cute, la niña. She got a sombrero. So you got like double marketing. Maybe that's just me. I don't wanna, confirm or deny that. But I just feel like that's what happens. And that's the reason why a lot of non-English people and a lot of Spanish people loves when Japanese people do stuff like that. But they do Spanish. They just love it. They just love when this Japanese corpo just have a sombrero and say guacamole, Oaxaca. That's how it works. But again, this is just my opinion, and I don't know if that's true. I would like to confirm that, but maybe later. I would like to say I would like to make some experiments, but when I have time, of course, because I don't even have time to stream.
Oh my goodness! I mean, it just seems that sometimes a lot of the anytime, like a lot of the VTubers that just have interactions with members of a different country or language or culture, it's one of those things where you just see it face to face. You're just like, oh, they're speaking my language. that's
Yeah.
pretty neat. It's like, because like anytime somebody like speaks English that's never spoken English, I'm like, wow, that's pretty good. You're already speaking it much better than most native English speakers I know.
Yeah.
Because like there was this there was a very I have a very good Taiwanese friend that was learning English, and he had just started, and after 2 months he sounded much better than like most native speakers I know who in this college town.
I am so goddamn right. And another thing that's kind of weird for me is that um, some people don't believe me. They think that I've been talking in English for a long time, but I don't. I've been streaming for what, 8 months, maybe 8 months and a half. And of those 8 months, I've just been talking for the first time English. Like I didn't even go to the fucking school of English. I didn't actually learn something. I just read manga in English, and now I just talk in English on the stream. I was like, now that I'm streaming, I can just stream in English too. So I can try to be a better English speaker. And
Yeah.
I guess that's my own exclusion. It's my own thingy, because the difference between me and most VTubers, even the community over here that is in Mexico too, that I also stream on English, is that I don't know how to speak. I mean, yeah, you might understand me, you might know what do I do or what jokes I can do, but at the end of the day, I don't know how to speak English. Like, technically, I don't know what the fuck is a verb
A
on
what?
English. A verb to be. I don't know how to say that. The verb to be. You know.
The
It was supposed to be allowed over there on, well, not allowed. It's supposed to be a grammatical thing on English that I just don't
wait
know what it is.
like just to be?
No, the verb, it's supposed to be a thing called the verb to be. It's supposed to be something that we
The
learn over
bear
here
to
in school.
be?
Yeah, verb to be. I don't know what it is,
Can you
but
spell
apparently it's
that out in
something
chat?
basic. Yeah, thank you. Something like that. Which in Spanish will be like,
Oh, the verb to be.
yes.
Yeah, so that's the thing is that because I know in a lot of languages, especially a lot of Romance languages, because for French that is être,
Etka.
and so that is that's right there, être.
Etra.
That is the verb to be. In English, we don't have that.
Mm.
We don't have a verb to describe that we use for to be. Instead, we just say it as it's conjugated. I am, you are, he is, she is, they are, we are, you like your, or just yeah. So, because in French it's je, tu, il, elle, nous, vous, ils, elles. And so those are all the conjugated ways to say that, but we just say that as that's just possessiveness. So we don't use a verb really to as to be, and that's why sometimes it can be a little funky, because conjugation is weird in English. Yeah, English is a weird language.
Yeah, I think it's kind of lazy. But that's the reason why I can speak it, because I didn't actually study the language. It's just easy to speak English,
Speaking of Japan and Spanish, in Japan there's apparently a fashion subculture based on Hispanic American gang fashion, closely
How?
related to Japan's lowrider car culture. Like the 80s, like the 80s kind of like delinquent era. That's what's that like it's giving me vibes of.
I
Interesting.
imagine people over there in Japanese just talking about it. Then a Yakuza comes, and then one of the students is like, ¿Qué pasó, pendejo? Cálmate. Something like that. And the guy Yakuza is like, what the fuck is the guy doing? Well, of course in Japanese, like Nani? How'd they? And the other guy is like, ¿Qué dices, pendejo?
A random Japanese dude walks up to you because I'm going to Japan in late July. It'd just be funny. I walk up and I just you get stopped. And dude's just like, "Hey, hermano, qué pasa, mi amigo?" I'm just like, I do like a double take. I'm like, wait, ¿qué? What's going on?
He's gonna explode.
I'm
He's
like,
gonna explode.
I'm like, sumimasen. I need to go. What was it? Because I love the Japanglish thing. Like, crap, what was it? Because like I can't remember. It was so funny, but it was just like there's words that if you say like ariga thanks.
Ariga, thanks.
Yeah, like ariga thanks or like
But I don't know. That's honestly a topic that I didn't know. I want to know more about Japanese Spanish. That seems interesting and fun.
So something that's going to be really funny or really fun to do is my buddy and I have a goal of to find like these Japanese Brazilian places in Japan because there's apparently a lot of Brazilian influence in Japan like that's slowly coming up because I guess for whatever reason Japan and Brazil have really good relationships. So I'm like I'd love to find like a Brazilian like place like that is run by Brazilian people in Japan because like you go to those authentic like Latin America or South American like run places. Like when I was in Vegas, I went to an authentic like actually run by Colombian immigrants. Um and it's fantastic. One of the best places I've ever gone. They, like for $20, they will feed you like an entire 3-course meal of authentic food. And I'm like, I can't eat more. I don't have the money. I can't eat more. And the wonderful abuela, she was like, no, please eat more.
Please.
It's fine. We have plenty. And I'm like, I know I don't have the money. She's like, I don't care. You're going to eat it. I'm like, no, stop. Okay, I'll eat it. they're just wonderful. I love those people. They're so kind because I've been there. I've been there once and I really want to go back once I go back in Vegas. Won't go back home to Vegas at the end of the month. So like Latin American and South American people are just so kind and so wonderful.
I agree. You gotta come to Mexico. If you come to Mexico, I will feed you the same. You know, I'm gonna feed you like
yeah.
102 tacos.
102 tacos.
Yeah, 102 tacos exactly. If you don't eat, then I'm gonna cry.
All right, I'll hold you to it. Okay.
All right. Don't worry. That's reality. You come here, I will feed you with tacos. All right. But real tacos, not like that shit you get on Taco Bell. A real taco.
Thank you, Off. Heck yeah. In case you don't know the video we're talking about the Yugioh one, Guaco posted the video on the server. So
yeah, check the Discord. Discord.
So, it's time for that end point in the show where I ask my 10 questions. And chat, I encourage you, those that are still here, play along and answer with us. Maybe give a little reason as to your choice. But as for now, these are the 10 questions that I have taken from James Lipton, famous writer, actor, director, that he would often ask to his guests at the end of his show on Inside the Actor Studio. These 10 questions have no right or wrong answer, and they are just for us to peer into the personality and the psyche of our guest. So, tell me, Gero, are you ready?
Mm-hmm. I am ready.
All right, our first question. What is your favorite word?
Pendejo.
kind of walked into that one. I don't know what I was expecting. Can you explain to me why?
It's just so funny though. I can overhear it. Maybe it's because on the Spanish level, you know. I don't think I can do that on English, but pendejo just works for everything, you know. On Mexico, and I think on every single Latin American thing, you can just say pendejo for everything. Like a body, pendejo, like an insult, fucking pendejo, you know, or like just like a family, you know, hey pendejo, something like that. You know, it just works. I don't know how to explain this on English, but it just works. It's a word that you can just say all the time. All right.
So we can either have the swear definition or of calling somebody an a-hole, or you can just call somebody stupid or an idiot with it.
I mean, yeah, people even call that word even in job, and not even like, you know, not even like an insult. They just say that to say someone, hey, come here, you know, pendejo, come here. You know? Like, of course, on English, it sounds really bad on English. But on Spanish, when you say that, it's not so bad. People understand that. In fact, people don't even think pendejo is an insult. Not over here.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they think like, oh, don't call me that. Maybe if you got, I don't know, if you got to a fancy party, you know. But at the end of the day, it's just like a street language, you know. It's cool.
It's true.
Yeah.
What is your least favorite word?
Verde. Let me type on the chat because I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I will type in the chat because I'm pretty sure you can understand me. And now, it is my least favorite word because I don't know how to pronounce that.
It's
I don't know.
birthday.
Birthday.
Bir.
Bir.
All right, we're gonna sit here for a moment. Ba.
Ba. Die.
That's a th sound. So like thread. Unless it's one of those things where it's a little hard to say. Yo, mono. So, would you say that th? Would you say that is just a t sound, or would you say that with the sound?
I don't even know how to pronounce that.
So yeah, it's close. It's close. So, oh my gosh. So take your tongue. Take your tongue. And put that about. My gosh! All of you coming out of the woodworks!
Yeah, the eye on Minecraft.
So, cheese! And Finch with the 100 bits!
You get chat?
I'm saving my point for episode 50 for real. So if we take that, your tongue, and you put that about your tongue where the top of your teeth are about a third up your tongue. So close your mouth then and blow air. So you should be getting a sound. Yes.
I don't know. It sounds.
It's weird. It's weird.
It's totally weird. I don't know how to.
Th in English has a sound. It's kind of like an S. So if you do your S, so just push your tongue out a little more out of your, keeping that same structure of to.
Fuck. It's hard. English is hard. What I was talking about? The English is so hard, dude.
So yeah, but that's how you say it's birthday.
Birthday. Oh, fuck. I just cannot. It was.
It takes time.
Trust me. It was a pain in the ass when it was my birthday stream. It was my birthday stream. I just hate the word.
Birthday.
I cannot pronounce that word. I cannot. I just.
So you can actually get away with that by. So if you say you could say birthday, that's actually what some people say is birthday. They don't say they don't. So if you remove the R, the tongue roll,
Birthday. Oh fuck.
Yeah, no, that's much better. That's much better in the English sense. So because there's some people that do say birthday. They don't do the th sound. They just go birthday, where they just say burr. They just do burr and then day. Yeah, there you go. Birthday. It's hard. I imagine it's hard coming from a language like Spanish where your R's are very enunciated. Yeah, it's that. So if you learn the English, we don't do the R rolls in English. But yeah, so if you look in chat, Bert, that's what you say. So can you say that without the R roll?
Birthday.
So you had that right. That was very good in the very beginning. So if you say burr, day, and that's it. That's all you can say. So if you want to say that's birthday. That sounds so good.
I don't know.
Well, guess what? You just learned how people in the South say it.
The South.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm loving this conversation. All right, let's
moving on, please. I don't.
Moving on. What turns you on creatively, spiritually, or emotionally?
Watching streams. You know how much that turns me on.
I mean,
creatively. Yes.
Oh yeah, it's very fun to do.
It's very fun. Mostly if I see my friends. There's some people that, oh my god, they have a lot of things well put together. There's one penguin. I will not say his name, He's such a good guy.
Mhm.
He's just an average streamer. He just happens to be a penguin, okay?
Uh-huh.
But he's just so magical with OBS. He has a degree on OBS, maybe, because he can just code a game on the themes. Literally, he can just code a game on the themes, and you will say, "Oh, well, that's not new. That's I see people doing that a lot." No, you don't understand. He can literally code a game that you can just redeem that on real time, and things
Mhm.
will happen, and you can fight a big penguin. You can kick the penguin. You can literally play and learn how to fly on his stream. You know, you remember that game? You know, like the learn to fly, a flash game about a
Mhm.
penguin, something like that, and it's so amazing. I just see that shit, and I like, oh my god, I just want to make content. I want to make content. I need to make content, because it's good. And I got a lot of friends like that, so it's just, god damn, boy, it
Oh yeah.
just makes me, wow.
What turns you off creatively, spiritually, or emotionally?
Smite and Fortnite.
The what?
Smite and Fortnite. Those games. The
Mm.
Smite and Fortnite. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's more
Ah.
games, but I don't remember. I don't think I want to remember. But I don't know if you guys know Smite or you know Smite. It's like
Yeah.
League of Legends, but I guess better. But it's different.
Mhm.
It's like Dota 2. It's a MOBA, okay? But I'm pretty
Mm.
sure you don't know it because like you are like, It's just another MOBA. I love that game. Smite. Let me put that in chat. It's no, I'm sorry. There we go.
Yeah, Smite, and they did a collab with VShojo recently.
Ah, yeah, yes, I love VTubers. I also get that.
All right, what is your favorite curse word?
Oh, pendejo. That's easy, because it's the same word.
Pendejo.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It works. It works.
It really does. I think that is my favorite response so far because everybody says the F word, but hearing somebody say, "What's your favorite curse word?" Pendejo, all day. It's beautiful. What is what sound or noise do you love?
You know when you draw a card on
Mhm.
Yu-Gi-Oh?
Mhm.
That
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta do this right now. Let me see if I can make the sound. I gotta in real life size do this. Let me see if I can make the sound so you can actually hear it. You hear it?
Ooh. Yeah, no, I heard
see,
that.
let me do it
I
again.
heard that. That was good.
Okay, no, that was kind of weird. It's kind of soggy because. Okay, that's.
Yeah, it made a little bit of a sound.
Yeah, it's. I don't know how to explain that.
It's it sounds like this. It goes.
Yeah. It's so good. It makes my brain tickles. I love cards.
Domino's is trying to get me to buy their pizza. No.
Ooh,
I love Domino's though. Just I'm not buying pizza right now. What sound or noise do you hate?
Oh my dear God. It's when you play Mac. No, when you play Max Apple. No, it's when you have the sound of the sound effect on Master Tool. That is the sound. What is the fucking sound? When you activate something, the twing, twing. I know it's kind of stupid to say that because I do play a lot Yu-Gi-Oh, but I think this song is annoying. I usually just play music at the background,
Fair enough.
Or I just got the game mute sometimes.
What profession other than your own would you like to attempt?
A philosopher.
Philosopher.
I don't know if that's a profession, but I kind of wanna just be. I kind of just wanna write things, because I'm also. I don't say that's as much as I want to, but I'm a writer.
There you go.
And kinda. I already read a book. Of course, it's not published yet, but technically it is done. I'm currently doing the second part, but I think if I just go like on a proper school, I'm pretty sure I should be able to get a book, like a really book, like a good book. Something that is good, not something that is kind of like a fanfic.
Is that the Amy plays things?
Ooh.
Also, Amy, I didn't know you were a coder. You were into coding. So posting that in the server, I was like, oh, interesting.
Ooh.
What profession would you not like to do?
My current one. I mean, technically, I'm not doing so because I'm supposed to be an engineer, right? But I don't do nothing about engineering. So
engineering is
because
hard.
I don't like it. It's not that it's hard. It's just that maybe for here in just Mexico, there's not jobs. There's people don't like to be well. I don't know. Maybe it's my escalation, all right. But I don't get a job as an engineer. Okay.
I will say I will disagree. I think engineering is hard as a person who doesn't do engineering and who's
Mm-hmm.
seen the various aspects of engineering. Unless, well, what kind of engineering?
I mean, it just depends. For example, I'm just like an electronic one, electronic, not electrician, electronic. So I think that's kind of easy because it's kind of like, like coding, like
Like
on only reading diagrams. I'm not doing all the electrical shit.
uh-huh.
It's like I'm just an electrician, but like a little electrician, but not some bigger. I don't know how to explain this in fucking English. It's like mm, fuck. Uh, it's just kind of like an electrician, but like a junior electrician. Okay, that's what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be electronic, but I don't think that's what I don't think that's what you guys have over there on America. Electronic, but I don't think that does exist over there.
Yeah.
Because over here it's kind of like an easy engineer, right?
Yeah. All right, our very
So I
last
don't like it.
question. If heaven
Mhm.
exists, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
Rest well, son. Now you can watch the Finder season 2.
Ooh. You sounds like you've thought about that.
Yeah, I did think about it. I was like, I don't actually care about heaven and hell, but I do wanna watch the Finder season 2. I don't know if you guys or even you know the Finder. I'm gonna type on the Finder. Something that people don't know what it is. Nobody's gonna know. I know, and I know. I know. It's kind of funny because the name is the Finder, but nobody actually know what it is.
Interesting. Yeah.
But one day.
One day. Well, this has been a lot of fun. I really enjoyed today's conversation, your story, all the insights we talked about and learned. So it's time for me to ask my last, and in my opinion, second most important question, and I'm actually going to shake this up a little bit. Do you mind if we rated Phantom today?
Yeah, it's fine. Don't worry.
Because I think he could use our love and support as he's doing his 48-hour stream. Because once he becomes a father, he probably won't be able to stream really as much.
It's a good goodbye.
He is a very good guy. So since I that's very easy for me to pull up and find, time to address the chat. Guys, I thank you for being here. And no more 36-hour album streams for him, unless the babies keep him up for 36 hours anyway. Could be. I'd love to get back into playing Elden Ring with him, though I haven't played it since. But guys, it's been so much fun to have you here, because this show would not be what it is without you guys in chat and you, my wonderful guest, Yugioh.
Thank you.
It would not be what it is today. So please, everybody go support our wonderful guest here today, if you're not already. And I might be, I think I should be streaming throughout this week, like normal. But catch me over on Phantom Stream in about 2 hours, where I'll be playing with him or hang out with him and a couple others. And then I will be one of the last people to join again tomorrow for an hour, in ending his stream. So join me in 2 hours for that. I might be in the Discord right after stream, who knows? But the big thing I will say, please come by and see our show, our last 2 episodes of the VOD, this Friday, this upcoming Friday, and this next Saturday. They are really good streams. I'm really excited. And I'm just going to say, I'd love to have as many people as I can for that episode 50. I'm hoping that can be our biggest stream of the show yet. So please, I hope you guys can join me then. Spread the word. I'd love to have as many people, both returning guests and returning viewers. It'll be a lot of fun, and I got a lot of things to show and talk about. So with that in mind, let's raid. Let's get our raid messages going.
That's gonna be what's gonna be. You're gonna make a new one. You're gonna make the bottom squad.
The bottom.
Yeah, that works.
That's my normal raid message that I do.
I mean, I was gonna say that you can invite. You can make something. You can make something in Spanish. Like.
Oh, hold on. Sorry, that's the wrong one. It's this one.
Oh, I see.
Sorry, it's that one. That's my VOD raid.
Don't worry.
So anywho, guys, please join us in Phantom Stream. I hope to see you guys. If I don't see you for these next streams over the course of the week, I hope to see you for the next episode of the VOD. But anywho, my name is Val. This has been Machingero. And I hope to see you guys next week. That is our show. Have a wonderful, safe night. Bye-bye!
Adiós, inútiles.